I'm Krismalia Cahyani, a student of English Language Education Department Undiksa. So on this video, I would like to talk about criteria of a good teacher. Harmer said that there are 7 criteria of a good teacher. But on this video, I would like to talk only 3 of them. The first is personality, the second is adaptability, and the third is teacher skills. Let's start from the first criteria, that is personality. In my opinion, being a teacher is not easy because there are so many responsibilities come from the students, parents, and we are required to be a good example for the student. We are required to be a role model for the students, and the students will imitate what we done during the learning process or even outside the classroom. So that's why a teacher should be own a good personality, and also the students want to know our real personality, both outside and also inside the classroom. So we need to show them as real as we can as a person who want to teach them. Well, the second criteria is adaptability. In this criteria, we are required to be able to adapt to any situation, because as we know, even we are already prepared the lesson plan, already prepared the strategy that we will use in the learning process, but the reality sometimes doesn't match to the expectation. That, for example, when we plan in the lesson plan to show the student video or show the student PowerPoint, but the reality in the classroom there is no electricity, it means we can't play a video for them or show the PowerPoint to them. So the teacher should be use the second plan or plan B. That's why the teacher always need to prepare the second plan or the plan B. And the other example is today's situation or today's learning process. Because of this pandemic, COVID-19, we are required to stay at home, learning at home, work from home. Then the teacher also required to revise their lesson plan and make them match to this situation. And this situation required the teacher or the lecturer learn more about technology, how to use technology in teaching, how to use a platform in the learning process, in online learning process. So that's all about the second criteria, and let's continue to the third criteria, that is teacher skills. In teacher skills, there are 4 points that highlighted by Harmer. The first is managing the class, the second is group works, the third is variation, the fourth is learning goals. As a teacher, we need to create a positive learning atmosphere. That's why the teacher need to manage the class as good as possible. A teacher should be make clear rules that acceptable by the students and also the teacher during the learning process. For example, when the teacher give questions to the students, while the students want to answer the questions, the students need to raising their hand and deliver their answer when permitted by the teacher. And the second example is how the students get into the class while they are late for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. The second point is group works. Some students are afraid when they are asked to work in a group. It happened maybe because all students didn't have the same ability or the same quality in study. That's why the teacher need to divide the students as fair as possible while they are need to work in a group. So the group will be consist of the student which has the same member. For example, the first group is consists of the student who has higher quality or higher ability, and also by the students who has a lower ability in learning process. And also it's applied in the second and third group. So the students won't feel jealous because their group consists of the same members. And the third is variation. The teachers are required to make a variation, a lesson plan which apply in the learning process. So it will make the student didn't get bored when they are learning, because the strategy or the way teachers teach them is not monotone. Because if you use the monotone strategy, they will feel bored and they won't get what they learn. And the third is teaching or learning goals. A teacher should arrange the lesson plan with clear goals. What have students do after the learning process, or what the student expected to be able to do after the learning process ends. If the goals is clear, the students will follow the learning process seriously, and they know how to achieve the target on the lesson plan. And also, well, that's all about 3 important criteria that should be owned by a good teacher. Actually, there are many more criteria that should be owned by the teacher, but I think those 3 criteria is essential things. So that's why I talk about those 3 criteria. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.